The Shroud of Turin. It's authentic, it's genuine. I'm going to go over the data and logic to show that. This is part 1 of 7. My references are the Shroud.com, Athonia, lectures from Father Andrew Dalton, Dr. John Campbell, Jeremiah Johnson, and many others. I'll include links to my references, which will be on my website. I'm going to do that in a few days. Let's get started. Number 1, there's 4 big reasons why we can know that the imprint is not made by an artist. Here's the 4 reasons. It's not produced with pigments or dyes. B, the image was made with fine burning. C, the image is a photographic negative, and also the image is 3-dimensional. The image is referred to as a chiropoitos in Greek. That's a moniker that's traveled with this Shroud of Turin since probably the time of Constantinople. That means in Greek, not made by human hands. And that's a common remark made by many of the people who have seen this shroud. They can just tell that the image was not the product of an artist. It wasn't made by hands. Okay, not made with pigments or dyes. The STURP team was 1978. There were 26 Americans, 7 European scientists who traveled to Turin, Italy, and studied the shroud extensively for several days. This is a summary of their conclusion here. This is their official summary. No pigments, paints, dyes, or stains have been found on the fibrils. X-ray fluorescence and microchemistry on the fibrils preclude the possibility of paint being used as a method for creating the image. Microchemical evaluation has indicated no evidence of any spices, oils, or any biochemicals known to be produced by the body in life or in death. We can conclude for now that the shroud image is that of a real human form of a scorched, crucified man. It is not the product of an artist. Next reason, the image was created by fine burning. The yellow fibers, they're kind of a caramel colored. They're only one fiber deep. The image, it doesn't, this staining or this burning, this caramelization of these fibers, it doesn't extend past what you can see. So if you were to pick up the threads of this linen, there's no coloration. If you follow one of the fibers, you can just see it's just burned very, very finely. It's almost as if it was burned by light. It's a very thin burning of the image. The third reason, the image is a photographic negative. On the left, you see the original, which is a negative. On the right, you see the negative of the negative, which is a positive image. A negative image, you can see on the left here that the eye sockets would normally be darker. They're actually lighter. Here's a good question, is not only how could possibly someone have forged this image in the 14th century in Europe. Here's a better question. Why? If this was a forgery, why would someone create a negative as a forgery image? That doesn't make any sense at all. The final reason we know the image is not the product of an artist is that the image has 3-dimensional qualities to it. In 1976, I believe, is when scientists first realized it had a 3-dimensional nature. The image, it says, it corresponds in intensity to the distance that the shroud was from the body. And that's what created this 3-dimensional nature. On the left, you see the original 3-dimensional image from 1970. I believe that's 78. On the right, you see a more modern version using, more modern computer technology can show a better rendered 3D image of the shroud. Those are 4 top reasons that you know the image is not from an artist. There's a researcher named David Rolfe who's posted a $1 million bounty to anyone who can recreate an image with these qualities using 14th century technology. That bounty has been out for several years now. I'm going to produce 6 other parts of this showing you why that this image is actually authentic. It's the burial cloth of Christ. It's amazing. Hope you enjoyed this. Thanks.